What's going on, people? Welcome back to a player ratings as we discussed that 4-0 defeat over Everton. We'll be discussing them average goals and the fluky goals as well. But before we talk about them, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe if you're new here so you don't miss out on future content. Patrick, we're loving life right now. We are. We're getting spoiled a bit because when Patrick Vieira came in, not Palace fans, but neutrals were saying we're going to be the first team to go down. We're going to be this and that. But now we're going to Wembley, baby. We're going to Wembley. And let's talk about the players that are taking us to Wembley. And let's start off with the goalkeeper, Jack BUTLAND. I gave him a 7.5. You gave him an 8. He didn't have to make game-changing saves as far as I can remember. But he still made some saves. And I thought he contributed well in this game. He had something to do. And there's been a debate going about Vicente and BUTLAND. But for you, you gave him an 8. So you was happy. But is he now a cup goalkeeper? Are we happy with that?
I think he deserves that at the very least. I mean, that's his 10th start this season. He's got 2 clean sheets in overall. He's had 4 cup starts, only getting up 2 goals. He made the one save he had to make, which wasn't a difficult save, was the one that could have turned the game at 1-0. You know, Richarlison's in 1-on-1. If he gets lobbed or chipped, it's 1-1. If he fumbles the ball, whatever. He made the save. So, you know, I want to give him credit for that because, again, you have to make the save you have to make, whether people call them easy or not. And he did it. So, deserves the cup starts, and he's doing well for us so far.
Kleiny, I gave him a 7. You gave him an 8. You rated him 1 whole rating higher than me. But the one thing that I want to say about Kleiny is I want to give him respect. I want to give him respect for what he's done because it's not easy to come into Palace's side after not playing football for a very long time and not getting any. Well, he did get opportunities, but barely any proper opportunities. But he's fitting in perfectly, and you know he's got a career now. He's got his career back. And I'm happy about that. And yesterday, he did perform well for me as well. But that's the one key area for me. Kleiny is back playing football. And if it's not at Palace next season, it's definitely going to be somewhere else. I'm happy for him.
Yeah, I'm with you. I know, again, I'll give you credit again. You were calling for him when Ward was playing well. And a big fan of Klein. Did a good job yesterday. And you're absolutely right. He hasn't played a lot this season. And for him to come in and take over that way. I mean, a lot of guys could have fell on their face and not done well. He did really well. Yesterday, 2 clearances, 2 headed clearances, 7 recoveries. Just as comfortable back there. Again, he doesn't try to do anything he can't do. Very simple passing. Got the speed to make recovery, hence the 7 recoveries. And just a solid game yesterday. Really like what he did. Love Kleiny. So, yeah.
Let us know in the comment section. Do you guys think that Kleiny will sign for Palace for another, extension for another year or 2? It's interesting. Yeah. After he's been playing like this, I think it's a healthy debate to have. Next player to talk about, both of the centre halves, both had a very solid game. But Joachim Andersen, we both gave him a 7. Thought he had a decent game in defence. But the player that we want to talk about in today's episode is Mark Gahey. Both gave him an 8, so we both agree on the ratings there. England call-up. Goal yesterday.
Yeah, goal yesterday.
And once again, he was captain until LUKA came on. He's killing it. He's killing the game right now. He is the main man.
Amazing going from that. Chelsea actually didn't put in some kind of, other clause in there. I know they have a buyback, but what a steal of a player. You're right. England call up. Undefeated as captain, still undefeated as captain. Yesterday, 67 touches, a goal, 3 out of 4 aerial duels, 1, 4 out of 4 ground duels, 1. I mean, the only mistake you could possibly make, that one with Richarlison, but that was a good tackle because Richarlison could have got in. He didn't give up the penalty kick. Just solid again, man. I mean, I was watching the game yesterday. After 60 minutes, the top players who touches were Gahey, Andersen, Mitchell, and Eze. I mean, we just played the ball at the back, but, not unnecessarily, not the ball around. I mean, listen, big up to Mark Gahey. I'm really happy for him to get an England call-up. Deserves it over so many other players, and hopefully he'll do well, coming up against, actually, Ivory Coast, where he was actually born, so it should be interesting.
Exactly. And should we talk about another England call-up?
Yes.
And that is Tyreek.
Very recent.
Well done to Tyreek as well. Very recent. Just got called up to the England squad due to injuries. You gave him a 7.5. I gave him a 7. Funny enough, for me, I can be critical at times for certain players because I know that they can be better. In this game, I don't think it was Tyreek's best game, but I still felt like he had a solid game, especially in the first 15, 20 minutes. He did not look shaky, but he gave away a foul. He didn't seem like he was quite at it. But as the game went on, he definitely improved. But of course, we're doing a player ratings about the game. But let's talk about the England call-up. He deserves it. And I felt like he should have been called up in the initial squad. We shouldn't get to the stage with Tyreek because
I agree.
he has performed consistently all season long. And yesterday's game as well, apart from the first 15, 20 minutes, he didn't really put a foot wrong.
Agreed. I mean, played well yesterday. But again, I'm not a big England fan or Southgate fan, but Southgate had been mentioning him and Gehi before they were called up. And you're right. As soon as the injuries happened with like Alexander-Arnold, I guess was injured. Like has been injured. So even though he's a right back, he deserved it. You're right. Only left back I had in the squad was Luke Shaw. He's been better than Luke Shaw this season on form. He deserves it. Again, consistent all season. I think he's had like 30-something, 33 starts this season, most of anybody on our team. Consistent all season. He will be the first, if he makes that cap, he'll be the first developed England player for Palace since, I guess, Kenny Sansom way back in when I was a kid. So it's amazing, man. Good for him. Because before we've had like Andy Gray, Ian Wright, Jeff Thomas, John Salako, those kind of players. So for a homegrown player to make it and the Kenny player to England as a defender, it's a big achievement. Good for him.
Wan-Bissaka? Wasn't he?
Did he make a full England debut? Or I'm not sure.
I don't know. Let us know. Let us know in the conversation. Let us know in the conversation.
Exactly.
And also, what do you guys think about Mitchell's situation? Do you guys think this is the first of many caps? Or are you a bit skeptical due to him being called up due to injuries? Do you think he's going to have a space in this England squad? I think it's huge for him. These next 2 games, hopefully he gets opportunities. But I hope so anyways, that this is first of many, because if he plays like this, he definitely deserves it. Now, moving on to the midfield, Cheku Kiarte, very solid midfield, 7.5.
As always.
Exactly. He does his job. But another player that we don't really see as much lately is Eberechi Chieze. 8.5 from you, 8 from me. And Patrick, look, there are some things that the stats don't show. And in this game, I saw it with my eyes. His movement, brilliant off the ball, going into spaces, finding the ball. Him or actually on the ball, it was the best that I've seen him all season long, without a doubt, even though he's had spells before, and brief spells, but it was the best game for Palace. He surely needs to have more game time after this. Surely, even you could agree with me on that.
It's not, see, we had a discussion yesterday. It's not that he doesn't deserve more game time. I'm just saying that the players that he's going to be replacing, Maka, Hughes, or Schlupp, at certain points have played really well. Each of them had a little dipping form, especially Schlupp, but you have to admit they've all been very well. Having said that, yesterday he was exceptional. It was a part of that, the first goal from Mateta, but a great ball into Zaha. I want to put Mateta in again before the half, headed the ball forward. Mateta took too much time on the ball, and they made a recovery on it. 90% pass accuracy, tackling, won 2 or 4 tackles, underrated for him. People think, he can't tackle. That's why I'm saying next season, he can replace Gallagher. Not the same type of player. Tweak the system a little bit as they fit in perfectly. And I want to give credit to Vieira. He's been calling. Why isn't he playing? You have to be patient with a player like this. And now, you've got a player now who played great yesterday. Confidence level's got to be through the roof. And now you're saying, okay, you got also coming up, another game coming up before the semi-final against Chelsea. Is he ready for that? Remember, Gallagher can't play, unfortunately. Does Eze play? Absolutely. But now you've got him up to the point where he can be confident and ready to go. Vieira's done a great job. Eze yesterday was brilliant. Really good yesterday.
Exactly. And hopefully from here onwards towards the end of the season, especially in league games, he gets more of a chance, because with the league, it seems like we are safe. It not seems like we are safe, but we're not going to finish, top 7, top 8. It's just like we're stuck in a
9th is the best part we can go, probably 9th.
Exactly.
Right.
So hopefully he gets a bit more game time, especially after that performance, because I was very impressed by that. You mentioned Conor Gallagher. I think the only downside yesterday was that draw a couple hours after the result.
Yeah, I know.
He can't play in the next game. Well, there's a debate whether he can or he can't, but it seems like he can't. But in terms of the performance yesterday, we both gave him a 7.5. He put in a solid.
Want to mention one thing though?
Yep.
Want to mention one thing? The way he presses is ridiculous, but not only him. I know we talked about yesterday. The way he was calling up Zaha and Mateta to help him press is brilliant. I mean, the kid gets it. So you can't fault the kid. He runs forever, and the way he presses is great. And he encourages other players to do the same exact thing. Connor again, brilliant yesterday. Really great job.
Yeah, 100%. And 1 star, man. I don't know how he scored this goal. I gave him an 8.5. I still don't understand how I do understand his bit, but I don't understand the Elise's bit in the third goal. I think that's the only thing Frank Lampard actually got right about fluky goals. But saying
You're
that,
right.
I think right now Everton fans will be happy with average and fluky goals if that meant they'll win games. But anyway, that's a story for another day. So Zaha yesterday, I liked his performance. I really did. He got that goal, got that assist as well.
Right.
So overall, I was very pleased. What did you make of his performance? You rated him highly as well.
Played really well. Probably could have given him a 0.5 higher. What I really liked about him and Eze, they're back on the same page. We saw it last year. Now think about it. Now you have Eze and Zaha. You already have the Zaha Elise matchup. You see Zaha Mateta, because Mateta, he got in for the goal. He almost got a goal early in that half, and Mateta got to the wing, crossed it, and he just out of deflection. Should have been a corner kick, by the way, when Godfrey got inside. Listen, Zaha played really well yesterday, and I love the fact that players around him are starting to be on the same page. Interview post-match, coming to get to Wembley. Love the players around him. Like you just said in our post-match yesterday, loves being at Palace, doesn't want to leave. Listen, man, playing great.
When you get a new manager in, a manager who actually plays games to win.
Absolutely.
And this of course he's gonna be happy. Of course he's going to want to stay at Palace. So I'm not surprised. I'm not gonna lie. I am not surprised that this is happening because everything has clicked. He seems happy. All the videos of him at training and just in general, he seemed like a happy guy at Palace. So I'm
10 goals. Don't underestimate 10 goals already. I mean, people say he can't finish, he can't score. 10 goals, leading goal scorer.
It's been 10 quiet goals though. It hasn't been like a season.
Except for the goal that he had. Right. Goals that he had, exactly.
No. He scored some bangers, don't get me wrong.
Oh,
it's been spread out kind of. He hasn't been like, Wilf is on high form. He scored,
Right, you're right.
So it's been spread out. So maybe that hasn't helped him, but 10 goals is 10 goals. He's helped us at the start of the season.
That's right.
It's helping us now. So you can't, and he's also getting assists. So you can't blame him 100%. For that. Elise, I thought we had a solid performance yesterday as well. I gave him 8.5. 2. I thought we had a very solid game.
Played well.
Striker.
Striker.
And he's one of the victims of average goals as well yesterday. What an average goal from him yesterday. 8.5 out of 8. But for me, it's not just a goal that I want to talk about. It's the actual touch that he takes before, forget about the goal. Well, don't forget about the goal, of course. But I want to focus on the other side of his game just rather than the goal. His first touch yesterday was brilliant. The way he controlled the ball. He's getting better and better by the game. And he's making me look like a fool. Not exactly like a fool, because it's not like I didn't want Mateta by any means, but I still felt like there were better options in front of him. But he is getting better. And I am buying into him by the game. And yesterday, goal, first touch, getting involved, pressing. You was pleased as well, wasn't you?
Always, man. Like I said, I've been a big fan of his. Really upset last year that he scored a goal against Brighton and didn't even get a chance to play after that under our previous manager. But Vieira, again, saw something in him. And what I like about Vieira is when he sees something in you, he encourages you. And again, he fit the system better than Edouard and Mateta. And I'm a big fan of both the other guys. But I'm telling you, Mateta, off the ball running, first touch, finishing. Again, what foot was that? Left foot. He's right-footed. Very similar to the Norwich goal.
That's a good
Worked real hard. I mean, listen, man, I just love where he's playing. You know what? All credit to him. Played well in the cup. I mean, a goal against Millwall, a goal yesterday. I mean, scoring big goals in the cup. Long may that continue. But again, played really well yesterday. Really, really doing well for us. Love it.
Yeah. Now let's move over to the subs. So the 4 subs there were. So LUKA was 1. I gave him a 6. I don't think he contributed that massively. Not that I noticed. Edward, you gave him a 7. I gave him a 6.5. I feel like when he was playing through the middle, in terms of first touch, etc., and aerial drills 1, I thought he was solid as well. I think there's a stat out there. Have you got the stat with you? I'm putting you on the spot right now. Have you got a stat for Odsonne Edouard in terms of what he done? He didn't have that many touches, but I thought his touches were effective when he did.
But he was involved in that in both the last 2 goals. Well, the last goal before, he was involved in the movement with Zaha on that side, and then Hughes scored the goal with Gallagher. So I thought he played really well. I thought again he was in there a lot. Well, I go back to the subs real quick. I like the fact that again made the 4 subs at the right time. Settled the game down, and again, before we talk about in the past with Vieira, when you're making subs, the subs don't help us. But again, LUKA comes in, settles the game down. Benteke comes in there, helps us out. Hughes scores a goal. Edouard's involved in a goal. So as far as the subs, I thought all of them came in and did what they had to do. So I thought they were all, very good timing, all of them.
Yeah, Hughes 7 for both of us. Another victim.
But you know what?
Average
the
goal.
celebration for the goal was hilarious. Though you got to give him credit. I mean, that was a funny. I mean, the whole.
I know he's a funny character as well.
He's a funny guy.
Ground videos and just in in general, you can tell like he's a character. He's a character.
He's funny.
And then
he's hilarious.
Benteke also came on, but I don't think he contributed that much. Not that I noticed, but it was nothing that he done wrong. Look, that's it for the player ratings. Let us know your ratings in the comment section down below. Whether you agree, disagree with us, send in your numbers. Whether Edward might have been an 8 or 9 for some of you guys. If it was, then you're probably wrong. I think you are wrong, but let us know. Let us know in the comment section down below. That's it from me and Patrick. If you have enjoyed it, like and subscribe. And until next time, up the palace.
Here he goes.